Okay, so I had a couple other videos lined up already, but I went to check recent videos and stuff, and I saw the Sentry Goon video, and you guys poured in the likes on that one. So I got to follow up with the love y'all showed, and we're going to do another Goon video. I put out a poll for a little bit, or a tab, and was like, yo, any suggestions? I had several suggestions for a Superman Goon video, and you guys know I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I don't think he's much of a goon anyway. Sure, I could probably whip one up, but an even more fun version of that would be to talk about one of the gooniest characters we've ever seen in comics, regardless of DC or Marvel, and that is Superboy Prime. I'll be talking about some of my favorite goon moments of his throughout his time in comics, and I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want this series to continue, I just made a playlist for it. I think it's got 7 or 8 videos. So go check that out if you haven't seen them yet. And let me know in the comment section who you want to see. If you get over 350 likes on this video, I'll pop out another Goon one. And if we keep building the love for it, I'll probably just mainstay it this month. Like, continually do 2 to 3 a week. So definitely, if you keep showing the love, we'll keep doing these videos. But anyways, who's Superboy Prime and what makes him different from Superman? First of all, the hood rat mentality. That's the first thing we got to talk about. Superboy Prime came from an Earth where, like, basically heroes weren't real, or it was like a fiction thing, right? And then he gets superpowers, his universe dies, all this. He survives the death of his universe. He sees Prime Earth, and he sees the Superboy there, all this stuff. And he's like, yo, you're kind of a hoe. This was, so for context, why he had that mentality. First of all, he's absolutely right. Second, this was a time in DC Comics where, like, the darker side of heroes was very prominent. And you know, it's understandable. Anti-hero became a massive wave, thanks to characters like Punisher. So that carried over to DC as well. They went to darker stories, and this was kind of played on with the Superboy situation. He saw these heroes and he's like, yo, why are y'all so edgy? Like, you guys are edgy. You're not really heroes. Like, I'm what a hero is supposed to be. It's ironic because he goes on to become a mass murderer and a maniac, but that's fine because he's a goon. But anyways, he pulls up on Superboy and he's like, look, dog, I got to keep it a bean with you. You're repping the brand, but you're not on brand. You feel me? And Superboy's like, bro, I don't know you. Get out of my face. Like, I don't know why you're pulling. Proceeds to get stomped out by Superboy Prime. Like, gets his ass dragged for his back talk. Superboy Prime's like, you're a bitch. You're not going to talk to me like that. And you're not going to wear the brand when you're a bitch. And then that's when Superboy Prime snitches, right? Or regular Superboy. He's like, yo, I need help. And multiple superhero teams pull up on Superboy Prime. They pull up for the smoke, right? And he's looking around and he's like, dog, I came here to G-check this dude fake representing the colors of Superboy. But if I gotta check y'all too, it's whatever. Starts fighting him. And what it was crazy about this all-out brawl, because literally Superboy Prime was brawling with pretty much everybody. Like Lantern Corps, he was brawling with entire contingencies of like the Titans, Justice League shoot-off teams, regular Justice League members, Superman, Black Adam was in the mix. Like, everybody was jumping the boy. And he's sitting there, literally tearing arms off lanterns, choking people out with their own limbs, beating the shit out of people. He was on one. And the funniest part, like this, a lot of people love Superboy Prime for good reason, because it was like ass whoopings you rarely get to see in comics of this magnitude. It was crazy. And he's looking around and he's folding everybody, beating the shit out of people, either maiming them or just straight up killing them. And I'm talking about prominent characters, dog. Like, it's not like he's murdering and just destroying no names. He's literally tearing apart characters we see all the time. And while he's doing this, he's going, I'm a victim. Like, yo, Like, oh yeah, shout out, I'll do it in Scruffy voice from my Star Wars story. Shout out to all the members of my Discord server that follow Star Wars story. We're doing this like a D&D. And by the way, I have a public free Discord server. Make sure to check it out and join. Shameless plug. But anyway, as Scruffy would say, I'm a victim. And that's what Superboy Prime was like, copying the victim plea while beating the shit out of everyone. It was hilarious. It was like when Jorge Masvidal punched Leon Edwards backstage and said he did it because he was scared for his life. Like that, there's so much cap in his rap, it's ridiculous. Like Superboy is wildin' and is playing the victim card. Probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in comics, because it was just a hilarious mismatch of actions versus words, and it made it godly. So he's tearing through all these waves of heroes, right? Lanterns pull up, they catch these L's. I mean, when do Lanterns not catch L's? Guardians of the Universe pull up. I don't know why. If you want to talk about jobbers, like possibly pound for pound, the biggest jobbers in comics, Guardians are up there. I swear to God, I'm not playing with y'all. And they pull up. They're scared, of course. Superboy Prime also was beating the shit out of multiple Supermen. Got pulled up, like I mentioned, Black Adam earlier. Think about this. Black Adam's a dude that's literally taken on the JLA, I believe on multiple occasions by himself, right? He's beating up Shazam, beating up Superman, all this shit. He's a hood rat Shazam himself. Rocks Superboy Prime as hard as he can, like puts everything in the punch. Superboy Prime looked him in the face and said, bitch, that tickled. Oh my God. Like, you want to talk about just building up a character to be an absolute goon? Superboy Prime was done the right way. Then we get to the famous, I mean, you see it in the thumbnail, the Retcon punches. What is that a reference to? This boy, Superboy Prime, when he was kicking everyone's ass, he was throwing haymakers so crazy that they were literally retconning the history of DC. Like, he would throw a punch, boom, Beast Boy's history has changed. Throws another haymaker in the clutch, boom, Jason Todd's back. Literally retcon punches. Imagine throwing punches so hard you literally are changing the history of the comic setting you're in. Later on in this shit, we see a Guardian have to kill himself to BFR Superboy Prime. Doesn't even do, Superboy Prime comes back eventually. Fuck that Guardian. I told you, Guardians are so trash. He got depowered and was fighting multiple Superman, still was holding his own. Eventually in comics, he pulls up on Monarch, who was literally enslaving mainline superheroes like Superman and Wonder Woman's and all those types, and making them fight like gladiators in an arena. Superboy Prime pulled up on him. Eventually, he gets a lantern ring. There's been moments where literally even though he was weakened, it was still like wild as hell to see on panel. He's captured Mr. Mixie. Mr. Mixie, of course, being the fifth dimensional imp that has forever trolled Superman. I gotta make a Mixie Goon video. Hit the comments if you want that. But pulled up, caught Mixie, trapped him, and was torturing him. Ridiculous. It was just a crazy sight to see, like literally torturing Mixie. He's also pulled up on comic book writers, didn't like his story, proceeded to put the pause on them. He's like, yo, bitch, I don't like the storyline. I don't like the way I'm portrayed. This is who I want to be, who I am. And he like threatened authors and bullied them and stuff, and was going over his own stories. It was really funny to see. And to kind of wrap up this revisiting of Goon moments for Superboy Prime and Superman Prime throughout DC, I want to touch on one of the more recent ones that was batshit crazy. So we got to talk about Darkest Night. Darkest Night was a being that literally threw hands with Perpetua, the like creator of the DC multiverse. And there's a DC Dark multiverse, of course, where Darkest Night comes from. And his fight with Perpetua was like threatening the entirety of DC Comics as a whole. Let me tell you what happened. Superboy Prime pulls up on Darkest Night. Darkest Night's absolute, literally omniversal threat. Superboy Prime is talking with like Darkest Night. Darkest Night saying wild shit, showing him wild shit. Superboy Prime loses it. And they start fighting. Because Darkest Knight's like, yo, I can give you a dark world, give you your own place. Superboy Prime's like, no, bitch, you're a op. And he's fighting him. He's punching him in the mouth. Bro, this character that threatened all of DC Comics, he's punching him in the mouth, saying, nah, laugh. Laugh for me, big dog. I thought you liked to laugh. Why aren't you laughing, Batman who laughs? Why isn't it funny anymore? Like, bro, top tier shit talk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was hyped when I was reading it, because I'm like, oh my god, he's in his bag. He's punching him in the face, going, yo, why aren't you laughing? Laugh for me, big dog. Like, it was crazy. And like, this fight was wild because Darkest Knight was trying to compare himself to Superboy Prime. He was like, yo, you've been a menace to society like I am. Like, we're low-key not that much different. Prime goes, yo, I was the good guy. Dog said, I thought I was right. I was like, bro, this man's crazy. And so he's like, no, I'm the good guy, bitch. Starts fighting back, and I think Darkest Knight, like, rocks him, right? And goes, oh, I don't want to expand the energy to kill you. And Superboy Prime goes, you dumb bitch. You can't kill me. You literally can't kill me. Kill me, I'll kill you. And is just rocking him in an adult moment, man. He looked over at his dog, Crypto, and he said, look, puppy, get out of here. I got to handle some shit. And Justice said he closed his fist one last time and let his dream goes and knocked that bitch out. Just put down Darkest Knight. And I believe they already hinted he's coming back. He's probably always going to come back. That's how DC gets down. But yeah, I mean, when we talk about some of the gooniest moments and gooniest characters in comics history, I hope you guys are convinced off this. I mean, let's review. He's literally beat up entire superhero teams. He pulled up on Earth Prime and Superboy because he wasn't repping the brand correctly and started a war with DC mainline universe. He was able to beat up multiple Superman, laughed and said punches from Black Adam tickled. He tortured and ripped off Lantern arms while screaming he was a victim. He's pulled up on fifth dimensional imps. By the way, fifth dimensional is not a reference to spatial. For those that don't know, literally they are beings of imagination. He pulled up on Monarch, who is enslaving mainline superheroes like Superman and all that. And was even, I believe, a threat to the Monitors, or at least they viewed him as a potential threat. And overall, like, and not to mention the Darkest Knight fade. Like, that shit was crazy. So yeah, I mean, Superboy Prime is one of the strongest characters we've ever seen, but most importantly, he always runs the fade, which we deeply appreciate. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. If you want a part 2 to this where I go over other stuff he does, because of course I didn't cover everything in this, just my favorite moments, let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know who else you want to see in the Goon series next. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for showing the love and support for this series. Make sure to subscribe. Check out my second channel as well, Don Juan III, and the other members of the coffee shop. Anyways, it's been your boy YFV, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.